Determine the center and radius of the following circle, and then draw its graph. So here we have the equation 2x squared plus 2y squared plus 16x plus 4y minus 16 equals 0. This is in what's known as general form of a circle. Now, general form does have some advantages, but one of those advantages is not drawing a graph from it. So in order to draw this graph, the best thing for us to do is to transform this into what's known as center radius form. Now, in order to get from general form into center radius form, that transformation that needs to happen is through the process of completing the square. Now, we would need to complete the square in both the x and the y values. So we'll go ahead and get started doing that. But one thing that is going to be necessary at some point in the process, we always have to have leading term coefficients. So the coefficient on the x term and the coefficient on the y term, on the x squared term and the y squared term, those have to be equal to 1. So one thing I'm going to do just from the very start here, I'm going to take this entire equation and divide both sides by 2. And this is okay to do in an equation because what will happen is on the left-hand side, this entire polynomial, every term in that polynomial gets divided by 2. So it will become x squared plus y squared plus 8x plus 2y minus 8. And then 0 divided by 2 is still 0. And you can do anything you want to both sides of the equation as long as you do it to both sides so that everything will stay balanced. So this is fine, I can do this. That will make all the coefficients smaller and takes care of the multipliers of 2 out front. Okay, so next up, I need to group together terms that have x's, terms that have y's, and just get those separate from one another and move my constant to the other side. That's eventually going to work into my radius. It's not the radius right now, but it'll become the radius eventually. The next step in the process is to look at the value multiplying the linear variable, so the one with the coefficient of 1. To complete the square, what we need to do is we need to take that number, divide it by 2, and square it. And this is a standard process every single time when doing this. So 8 divided by 2 is 4. 4 squared is 16. So just go ahead and take 16 and add it to both sides. Likewise here, 2, if you divide that by 2, that gives you 1. 1 squared is 1. So we'll add 1 to both sides. Now what happens is the x squared plus 8x plus 16 is a perfect square trinomial. And perfect square trinomials are kind of nice because what happens with those is they're of the form a squared plus 2ab plus b squared, and then they factor into just a plus b quantity squared, so something much simpler. So this one will factor into x plus half of this number multiplying the linear variable. So half of 8 is 4, so this will be x plus 4 quantity squared, and this will be y plus 1 quantity squared. Now we add up all of these coefficients, so this would be 9 plus 16, which is 25. And now we have this in center radius form. And because it's in center radius form, we can identify what the center and the radius are very readily. So the center is going to be at -4, -1, because remember, take the opposite of the values within the parentheses. And the 25, that square root is 5, so that becomes my radius. So -4, -1, there's my center, and I'll just go 5 units to the right, above, to the left, and below. right? And that gives me some reference points that I can work with and draw in my circle between those points.